What's up everybody, my name is Jordan. If you are new to the channel, welcome, thanks for joining me. If you're a subscriber, welcome back for video number 4. For those of you that are new, this is one of my new YouTube side projects where I am reviewing my backgammon board collection. I am a lover of playing the game of backgammon, and I'm almost as big of a lover of collecting the boards and enjoying the artistry and the craftsmanship that goes into them. And today on the table I have my Wycliffe Brothers Prestige board. This has metal, nickel trimmed checkers. It's a huge Playfield. The colors are gorgeous and I'm really excited to share it with you. Before I do that though, if you are not a subscriber yet and you enjoy backgammon boards and backgammon board reviews, make sure that you like the video and that you subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss any of the reviews I've got coming in the future. Last week I was uploading videos daily for 3 days. I have a newborn at home and I was up at night feeding him anyway, so I had this time to film these reviews. Life's slowing down a little bit, but I'm still dedicated to putting out content consistently, at least for all of the boards I have right now. And so I'm filming this right now. I'm gonna film my Chrysloid tournament board review as well, and that one should come out on Wednesday of this week or within a couple days of this video. So if you don't wanna miss it, subscribe and ring the notification bell. But enough about that, let's talk about this Wycliffe Brothers board. So Wycliffe Brothers is one of the Gammon Village brands. It's kind of their second tier up, I believe. Their Silverman & Co. are their most affordable Gammon Village brand boards that I know of. They maybe have a few one-off cheap boards, but the Silverman & Co. is kind of their entry level, and the Wycliffe Brothers is a step up from that. Most people know the Wycliffe Brothers boards for their 21-inch tournament designs with resin checkers. I've owned one of those. They're awesome boards. The checkers feel great. The surface, the finish of everything is nice, which you'll see in just a moment. And this Prestige class model steps things up a bit with much weightier metal trim checkers, but otherwise the finish and the fit and everything is relatively the same. So if one question that I got asked on a different forum that I'm a part of talking about backgammon boards is, do I need to get the nickel trim checkers or are the resin ones just as good? And if you haven't owned a tournament board, I think that the resin ones are just fine. That set is about $100 cheaper than this one, but even this set comes in with discounts usually right at or under $400. And I think for the price, it's a pretty good value compared to the other tournament boards I have between $300 and $400. Now, we'll get into the fit and finish and the rest of the board and stuff like that, but just keep in mind, if you're debating between the two and you haven't owned a tournament size board before, I think that the regular resin checker version is fantastic, and apart from the checkers themselves is pretty much the same when it comes to the quality and the build. Okay, so starting with the outside, this is covered with a faux leatherette. It's nothing to write home about. It's a pretty basic finish. It's hard wearing. I've had this one for 1.5 to 2 years now. It's held up to going up and down the stairs, in and out of different rooms, traveling to different places just fine. Not really any scuffs or marks or indents or anything on it. They do cover the corners with these little metal plates, protecting them from bumps and scrapes and anything like that, which is nice, especially when you set it on the edge like that. The hinges are silver as well. They're relatively low profile. They don't stand out too much, and you've got a straightforward handle right here on the top. Nothing crazy. I think this is probably the weakest build component. Like, this is the thing that feels the cheapest out of everything. And the latches are great as well. They're very solid and smooth moving, okay? Other than that, Gammon Village, super easy to order from. This is one of their in-stock models, so it's not like when you order from Art Gammon like I did and he has to build it and ship it from Turkey and stuff. Like this, they have in their warehouse, they ship it out next day. Usually it got here super quick. And Gammon Village is pretty much always running some sort of sale, so I think these are like $4.40 most of the time, and they usually will have a 10 to 20% off coupon depending on the holiday. Now, before I open it up, I tap on this board, hopefully, I don't know if you can hear that or not. I feel like the wood on these boards, or the MDF, or whatever they used to build them, is probably the thinnest of most of the boards that I have. It sounds the most hollow. It's not the end of the world. I don't think it's going to impact the durability, but when you tap on like my Chrysloid or my Art Gammon, it just feels a little more substantial than this board does. But enough about the exterior. Let's crack this open. I'll put the camera overhead. We'll talk about the Playfield. We'll talk about the checkers. Zoomed in now on the board, you can see the finish of that faux leather, the leatherette on the outside. Again, not too bad, nothing to complain about here. just not real leather. You're not going to be fooled in thinking that it is. So we'll pop this open. This board, to give you some specs, these are 1.75 inch checkers, so tournament size checkers. This is a 24-inch long board, so you can fit quite a few checkers across it, and the width I think is similar to the other Wycliffe Brothers. You'll have to check the website, but 24 inches in length. Now, the surface we'll touch on briefly. V-fiber, it's their proprietary thing. I think it's basically microfiber or suede. It is not impervious to marks. You can see I've got a little bit of an indent right here, whether that's from the cups or a checker or something at some point. I mean, I treat my boards pretty good, but I don't know if something like hit the surface at some point and caused this indent, which I can't quite seem to get out. And it does attract some lint and dust, and so I give it a vacuum every once in a while. It's a nice surface. I love the color scheme. It's really pretty and elegant. This feels like one of my most luxurious sets, especially because of the checkers. Now, by far the biggest oversight and the thing that I think they really messed up on this board is the cups. Not that the cups themselves aren't nice. These are great, covered in the same faux leather, good triplet, but they don't have a holder. So they just like flop around in this board. I think they're what caused this mark, and they clunk around if you tilt the board the wrong way. I think that's just a poor design for a $400 board. I think these should have a home somewhere. I'm not sure where that would be. Maybe they switch these to like the 555 checker orientation instead of like the straight line, but these should be in some sort of holder and not just flopping around a $400 board. So that's my thought on that. Now, everyone knows the Wycliffe Brothers doubling cube. It's a huge, massive doubling cube where they say you can double with authority. It's awesome. It looks beautiful. It's chunky. It fits well right here. The dice are good dice. The pips are really full. These are not precision, but the pips are colored in. There's no paint chips or marks or scuffs or anything like that, and they roll really well. So that's the dice. Padded around the edge of the cup, but not really padded on the bottom, so you get quite a bit of thunk at the bottom, but very padded on the V-fiber surface. I'm gonna take off my mic and hold it a little closer to the board. And I love the sound of that. This is one of my favorite boards for rolling and dice cup sound. So those are the green. These are the white ivory dice. Both are great. Nothing, not precision, not like the best dice in the world, but they're good. Now, the star of the show are these checkers, the nickel trimmed checkers. These things are absolute rocks. They are heavy. They feel like a stone if you're gonna go skip a stone. I think it actually is like a stone on the inside. Like, I don't know what's on the inside of here, but they are heavy, they're weighty. When the metal clicks together, it sounds really great. And when they hit the bar, there's not like that wood clack, but when these like just bounce together, like let me put the mic here so you can hear these. You just like throw them on the board and just move them together. It's just absolutely awesome. So those are the tan ones. Let me put this mic back on here. On this side, there we go. Those are the tan ones, and then these are the dark green ones. Again, really pretty. The nickel holds up really well to scratches. It pains me to say this, but I've dropped these on a couple of these on the ground. On hardwood ground, they've not broken. They look good. Like, scratches are minimal. You can polish them up with a nice microfiber cloth or something. But these are really what sets this board apart. Otherwise, this is a regular Wycliffe Brothers board, but these alone for one color, they sell for $100 on the Gammon Village site. So these make the set what it is. So let me set this up real quick. We can do a couple rolls, kind of talk about the play experience and just my overall thoughts on this board. So these are very slippery. That's one thing to note, is like the metal just slides all over each other. So there have been many times I'm taking the checkers out of the bear off tray or the storage tray, and I will just like spew them all over the board. You got to be careful if you're above a hard surface. They don't spill out everywhere because it's very easy to do, especially if you try and pick up 5 at a time, like I often do. Okay, here we go. So once again, we get to the part of the video where you get to see my relatively beginner, I guess I need some dice, backgammon strategy here. 6 and 2. Gonna go 6 in the back and 2 down here. And then we'll just use the same dice for the tan over here. 6 and 5, gotta run it, yeah. I feel like the opening game a little stronger than the mid game, which I imagine is most people's thing. 4 and 1, 2, 3, for probably make the bar, yeah, 4 and 1. And then we'll give tan another roll here. As always, welcome to correct my backgammon strategy. 3 and 2. Do we set up to make the 5 here and slot that in, and then maybe move this in the back? Bring this down. I don't know. You guys tell me. This is my that's my weak area. We're still working on that. So overall thoughts on the Wycliffe Brothers board. $400 about. I think the checkers alone, I don't know where else you're getting nickel trimmed or metal trimmed checkers except for like a P40 or a Joffrey Parker board. So P40, you're spending $1,000. I don't know. I think Artgammon does have some metal checker sets there again, $600, $700, $800. So this is about half of the next brand up for metal checkers that I know of, and they feel exceptional. They're the highlight of the board. The board itself is good quality. It's just a regular Wycliffe Brothers board, so you're getting basically a $100 discount by going for the metal trim checkers over just buying a Wycliffe Brothers and buying the checkers separate. Now, just to show the size here, this is the 24-inch, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like we're getting 12 checkers across very comfortably with a touch of space in the middle right there. So big long board, but not too far to reach. I'm 5'11" and I can get my arm around it. Running the checkers side to side, great fit side to side, a millimeter or two of play, and they look really great there. The cups are good quality. The cup storage is not. Wish we had better options there. Doubling cube, beautiful, impressive, huge. All in all, it's a great set. This was the second set I bought. I had my original Wycliffe Brothers and I wanted to upgrade to the nickel, so I sold that one and got this. I love it. It's never leaving my collection until maybe someday I buy a Joffrey Parker or a P40, but even then, I just really like this board. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Let me know what else you want me to review. I've got a Silverman & Co. upcoming. Crisloid is the next video in the pipeline. I also have my Artgammon board, which is barely a week old, and I'm still getting some testing in. I have my eyes on a Gammon, Casa de Gammon board from Brazil. I also have my eyes on a few other things. So other boards you want to see, I'm going to try and buy boards as often as finances allow. All in all though, Wycliffe Brothers Prestige class, love this board, highly recommend it. Subscribe, ring the notification bell, like the video, leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.